ready for the grimiest and grittiest of all podcasts, pro wrestling, music, and entertainment is the Ewokk and JB Show.
Yo, what's cracking with you? It's the Ewokk and JB Show. You know what I'm saying? Your boy didn't have no internet. Fuck Verizon. Fuck actual internet. But, we back and we here, and like there's a whole bunch of breaking news, bunch of dope news. I don't say dope news, but there's a whole bunch of news that just popped up in wrestling and in just the world in general. What's popping with you, Mr. JB? How you feeling, dog?
Man, I was feeling good today until I saw the news about the recent cuts in WWE. Man, I have a. We'll go through this list of talent that got cut, which is a
Mhm.
shame because so many really good people lost their jobs, and
Yeah,
that's never fun to look at. Definitely when I know a couple of them personally, that really sucks.
yeah.
I also got a theory about what's going down.
I might have a theory. I might have a theory too.
Let's match up our theories to see
Yeah.
what we're coming at. So, if you folks have been living under a rock, you haven't been checking your internet service, you haven't been on Google today or even on Facebook and all that other stuff. So today, WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment, cut a huge chunk of the roster. So released in this order, and there might be a few more, so forgive me if I miss a name. Keith Lee, which I'm shocked by that because I think that guy was a future world champion in the making for him. He was great on NXT. Mia Yim, which I don't think she didn't get enough of a chance to showcase who she actually was. They put her in that group that was supposed to be like the Purge, and it just,
Mask on them and shit.
man, you put a mask on a beautiful woman who can wrestle. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Like this is so
And and
stupid.
here's the thing. How many black Asian girls do they have?
None.
None. She's
None I
she's the
know of.
only.
She was
She
the
was the
only
only.
one.
Yeah.
She was the only
American.
Blasian on the roster.
She was the only Blasian. I think she was one of the few. I don't even think they even have like an actual American Asian. If you think about that,
No, because Zion Lee,
she
she's
she she
Chinese. She's
yeah.
Chinese. Um, yeah, no, and all the other girls Japanese.
Think about the last like American Asian girl that they had. Was that Gail Kim?
Well, Gail Kim's Canadian,
Yeah, but she North American.
North American Asian. Yeah, that's your point. Yeah, and look how they treated Gail Kim,
Treat her like shit, dog.
one of the best women workers of all time.
Yeah.
One, I'm not. I'm. This is gonna make me sound like a dick. Uh, but I'm not shocked by this. I'm sad.
Nia
I'm
Jax.
saddened for. I'm saddened for her to lose a job. That sucks.
That's it.
Because I've been
Person.
laid off myself, and I had my last employer I've ever worked for since I became self-employed. I lost my job because of COVID and because budget cuts. So when I hear a company say, "Oh, we're cutting jobs because budget cuts," but yet they just reported $240 million last week alone in profits. Okay, this year alone, WWE is on the brink of making $1 billion. All those Saudi Arabia shows they've been doing, that's a lot of money. I'm shocked that they're cutting town. They're cutting down shows, a bunch of other things that they're doing their live events. So I'm shocked by it one way because she is The Rock's relative.
Yeah.
Samoan Dynasty usually has a pretty good protective presence in wrestling, but she was extremely sloppy in the ring. Look how many
Yeah.
women she's injured. Look how many people she's botched on and caused people to have concussions and broken noses and everything. So Harry Smith, British Bulldog son, was just signed to WWE to come back,
And they
and they
cut him.
released him. Yeah, they cut him. Harry Smith's on this list.
It's fucked up. Hey,
Yeah,
your mic's cutting out a little bit though.
can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Like I said, Harry Smith was cut. Grand Metalik from the Lucha House Party. I watched that guy in CMLL, New Japan. One of the best luchadors, period, hand down. So he was wanting to be released. For last time I was told, he wasn't happy where he was at.
Here's the thing. You know, like everybody has like those little cryptic tweets and shit
Yeah.
and all this stuff. Have you noticed the pattern? Like all the people that have done those tweets or like have like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
or
Bye-bye.
they post a sad face when they were supposed to wrestle or they didn't wrestle or whatever. They're gone.
Yeah. A personal family friend, Lindsay Dorado, was
Okay,
released.
damn.
That sucks.
Was he on NXT?
He did a lot of the 205. He did Raw, SmackDown on different tapings. Him and Grand Metalik and Kalisto was a Lucha House Party.
Oh shit.
Yeah, yeah. Lindsay, me and my wife known him for freaking forever, man.
Uh-huh.
Nice guy, super nice guy. He'll bounce back. He's a great talent and a really good person too. Um, Frankie Monet, which is
For Frankie
Tyra
Monet.
Monet, yeah, Valkyrie,
That's
Tyra Valkyrie.
the girl from Hit Row, right?
Yeah, no. Tyra Val. She was previously known as Tyra Valkyrie in TNA. She
Oh,
also wrestled in Lucha Underground. She's John Morrison's wife.
That's the girl with the puppy.
Yes, super talented wrestler. Another woman that can wrestle just like a man, and was
And
really
they just
good.
signed her. They just signed her.
They just signed her like 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Now she's gone. Like they didn't give her a chance to get over. Like okay, the ones that really might Scarlett Bordeaux. She was cut. Killer Cross, Karrion Cross, they call him.
Yeah.
He's gone. Another guy that I thought was going to be a main event superstar in the making. Ember Moon, they got rid of her, which is a shame. She's been injury prone here and there, which is sucks for her, man. She's such a good wrestler. She's
Yeah.
talented.
Yeah.
But she'll bounce back. She'll be in AEW before you know it.
Yeah.
Which I think almost every woman I think half this list will be in AEW.
I think probably one or like I've seen some of the list. I think probably like a few guys will be on AEW, but I feel like a lot of like maybe a lot or all those girls will be on AEW.
And the thing is, I wouldn't blame AEW for doing it because right now AEW's weakest point, in my opinion, is their women's division.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a knock on the girls there now. There's just a lot of them are inexperienced. A lot of them are inexperienced. They need some ring veterans. They need some in-ring generals to help lead those girls around and make them a better worker.
Shit, you get if you get a Charlotte Flair over there, game over.
And the thing is, though, I think she's the next one. I think wants to be fired. I don't think she's not happy where she's at.
I think she just wants to be fired.
She's done, man. Like her dad's no longer part of the company. Her husband is wrestling on AEW, Andrade.
And she could wrestle all around the world. She's already won it. She's already won the title like 19 times. So like, well, what else is there more to do?
Yeah, I agree. Also on this list, people I know of, Oni Larkin.
Okay.
Solid in ring hand. He'll be an Impact or MLW. He wrestles at MLW style. I see no reason why they won't sign him. And B-Fab from Hit Row, which
that's
another one mind fucks with me because I'm like, he was just on SmackDown just like last week. Why?
And she does their intro song. She's the singer on the intro song.
So I hate to say this ain't looking good for the Hit Row. Because if she's part of your big entrance and she's part of that group, so what's going to be their plan for the rest of the group then?
Splitting them all up. I think they brought him up to get the big guy, personally.
The sad thing is that the best, and they're all talented, don't be wrong, but the one that is money is Shane Strickland.
Yeah.
That dude has been
Swerve
so
Scott,
good for life.
Right?
Yeah. Always on his, Shane Strickland, but he was killing it on the indies years ago, and I was like, this dude's great. So yeah, Jeet Rama from India, Trey Baxter. There's so many people just got man.
What do you think's going on, dog?
All right, my theory. I think they are planning to do a sell. as a company, and hear me out. When you're wanting to sell a company off to somebody, you want to make it look good for the buyer. So what you do, you and this is not just wrestling, this is just for business in general. You trim the fat from your budget of staff and people that the other company or the other buyer may not want to deal with. They don't want to have all that extra people on board. They'll trim the fat. They'll they'll give those people 30-day notice, 90-day notice. You know, you can't work for anybody until then. But then they're off to AEW, Impact, MLW, whenever Ring of Honor comes back in 2022, what do they plan on doing? New Japan, all those other companies. They go work there. But for the buyer, they're also looking at something too, net profit. Okay, well, I'm planning to buy this company, and I want to make sure I'm not buying a limit. I don't want to make sure I'm buying something that's going to be bankrupt in like 2 weeks. Now, there are some people who have bought bankrupt companies. They turn them around. Prime example, UFC. Before Dana White and those two brothers bought it, the thing was fucking dying. But the thing was, they bought it, they revamped it, they changed everything about the whole company. They
Mm-hmm.
put in the round systems, the weight class, all that. They changed it. Now, for wrestling, though, you don't want to buy a dying property. You want a company that's already making money. You want to buy into that money making machine. Makes sense. So the fat's been trimmed. The other staff and people in the office are gone or whatever. All the six-figure guys and people who are going to cost you a lot of money. You don't have to worry about that now. Now you got Greg the office boy and his coffee machine serving you drinks. That's all you have to deal with. They're going to sell it for a profit. Vince would, and the way I look at it, Vince will sell it for a profit and retire. He's already up in age. He's like got to be in his 70s, close to 80 years old now. He's got nothing to lose. You sell your company, you're going to make double your money because every company, I can see Disney buying this, NBC. I definitely can see NBC because I think they own the Peacock network, which WWE's already on. I see NBC making that pull for a crazy chunk of cash and buying the company from Vince. And Vince retires. Now, what does that mean for Stephanie and Triple H and all them? I don't know. That's a good question.
Should buy
Because
ROH. Fuck it.
the thing is, the Ring of Honor system works for Triple H's view of wrestling.
Oh,
It's
I
a
would.
wrestling product. Because what NXT was
Shit.
about when he took over,
Well,
he wrestled.
NXT was ROH.
Literally, yeah. Well, yeah. But is this? I think he's going to sell it. That's my. This is maybe my little conspiracy theory, but I think within, I say, 12 months, 18 months, we're going to see some big changes. Because they right now, and I read this on Forbes, I read this on different legit money making websites that talk about financial companies. WWE right now is in the most profitable year of business that they had in the last 20 years. Think about that. They're getting
Yeah.
close to $1 billion. When people say Tony Khan, oh, they're afraid of Tony Khan, they're not afraid of anybody. They make more money than almost any one of us will ever see. So yeah, they're getting close to making that big profit. They're cutting all that weight. They're cutting off all the extra expenses that they don't need. They're going to make it look good for a buyer, and they're going to sell. This is the strongest buy I've had, but I think they're going to sell.
Shit, they sell with Disney. Game over.
I mean, look at the monopoly. Look at the monopoly that Disney has. It's only just Disney. They own Marvel. They own, I think they bought out Pixar, all those other little companies that were making films and stuff.
It'd be funny. It'd be funny. WWE, right? Disney buys them. They just type in some names. My name comes up. Boy gets signed at 40 and shit.
They're trying to see that video of you doing the whole Disney with the blunt.
Yeah, it's like it's the guy.
It's the guy.
It's the guy. Oh shit.
Oh shit, man! That was one of the fun. If you folks never seen that, you need to check it out. That is one of the funniest things you ever watched. Well, what's your theory, man? So what is your theory?
I just think uh I think the same thing. To be honest with you, I think they're gonna sell it to somebody. I just think they said fuck it. Like people are gonna watch. People ain't gonna watch. We don't care. Tony Khan thinks there's a competition, but this ain't a competition. This is business. This ain't about wrestling no more. It stopped being about pro wrestling when they became a traded company.
Yes, it is an entertainment business.
It's
That's
an
all they care
entertain
about.
it's entertainment. And it's just like I'll be trying to tell people that like they're trying to be Disneyland. They're trying to be Disney in the ring. Like it's not supposed to be real or make sense. But you got to realize like when you come to the main cities, they still sell out. When WWE comes for Christmas, bro, that shit sold out.
Oh yeah, and to some people, that's a Christmas present to their kids.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to see?
Like
It's dad, mom struggling right now, but WWE's coming to town. You
and
want to make that your Christmas present?
and the
Kids were like,
thing,
oh yeah, they'll
yeah,
show up to it.
and the thing is like, I taking this girl from work on a date because she like wrestling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? I like have you ever seen Parks and Recreation?
Oh yeah, love that show.
So you know when Ron Swanson like he's like a jazz musician, fucking Duke Silver, like like I don't know what happened. I don't know who showed somebody something, but it spread. So somebody showed somebody like me putting somebody in a spine buster. When I put Joey Dalton, like I think like 2 weeks ago, put Joey Dalton in a spine buster. He was like, "Yo, Des, is this you?" I was like, "Yeah, it's me." How'd y'all find that? They was like, "Oh, the one of the overnight guys showed me," and then this guy showed me. I was like, "Damn, I didn't know you were a wrestler." And now I'm like the fucking pro wrestling guy, and like this girl, she likes pro wrestling, and she's a single mom.
Oh, there's your
Yeah,
kryptonite. There's your
yeah.
kryptonite right
And
there.
then no, but like she follows me on what she follows me
Yeah.
on shit. So she was like, "Okay, I like this guy, whatever." So I'm taking her out on Saturday, but I don't know what the fuck was I saying before that.
You somehow how like there's really no competition between WWE and AEW.
Yeah, they ain't no like this. Tony Khan thinks there's a competition. Yeah, you guys won the war of wrestling and good wrestling, but it still ain't making no money. You know what
You
I'm
want
saying? Like
you want to
you
know? Go ahead.
they barely breaking a million. Talk about some dumbass demographics. Nobody care about no demographics, dog. Because I remember when I was a child, bro, everybody was watching wrestling.
Hmm.
Everybody.
Oh
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Is it's like WWE, they trying to get the kids, they trying to get the single moms, they trying to get families. Right now, the product that is on AEW TV is not for families.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like if I was a kid watching AEW, my mom would have turned that shit the fuck off. You know what
You
I
know what's
mean?
you know what's funny is last night a friend of mine messaged me and he works backstage as a producer for an independent company that actually has a lot of promise, and I think they will do well. But he asked me for my promoter's thought on things. I said, okay, man. So let me know what's the problem is. He's like, well, the problem is me and the promoter I work with, we've been losing money every show. I said, okay. I was like, let me help you out. I said, let me ask you this: can I see your guys' budget and what you're paying talent? This is not me being nosy. This is just me doing what I do best, helping people with trying to turn profit. Well, he showed me the payroll, and four of the names that they were booking out on flights or booking crazy things, the grand total came out to $2,000
Man,
for
who the fuck they got?
four indie names that aren't really even household names. And I know this is going to rub some people the wrong way when I say this, but when I broke into business many years ago, the promoters that taught me how to become a promoter when I was leaving the in-ring stuff and was wanting to get into the backstage work, they said it best. there's a big difference when people use the word name. Name to us is former WWE, WCW, ECW, guys who were on national TV or who were on top for a long time. That people, no matter if it's grandma or grandpa or the kid today, everyone knows them. Prime examples, you love them or hate them, Jerry Lawler. You mention Jerry Lawler to anyone, they'll know who Jerry Lawler is. Everybody knows who Jerry Lawler is. That's a name. Uh, you look at, Scott Steiner, for example, Sting, any of those guys. That's a name. That's someone who will draw you a crowd based off their name. But someone who's an indie darling, that's the flavor of the month, that does the fucking GIF videos, and people think they're cool. Guess what? I've been doing this stuff since 2001. For a very long time, I've seen the best. I've seen the worst. Everyone who's the indie flavor of the month, they either get signed or they vanish. They end up
Yeah,
getting injured, they end up messing themselves up, or some other issue happens, and they leave the business. Because there's no longevity to them because they don't build a reputation. They
yeah.
build a reputation on doing fancy flips and moves until they get injured. And all of a sudden, you can't do those fancy flips and moves because you didn't build a character. You didn't build up anything that makes you different. To me, the closest guy right now on the independents that has a name recognition is Danhausen.
Yeah,
Danhausen has
and he
built a
broke his
social
leg.
media. Dude, he that social media stuff. He was featured on Conan O'Brien. He
He's
knows how to get his name out there.
he's very
And
entertaining. He's very entertaining.
yes, he's an entertainer. And it's funny that you go back and you watch his early stuff. He was known as the dark, brooding, tattooed guy who did kicks and chops and all that. And then he learned something. Well, kicks and chops stuff is great, but I'm not really getting a whole lot of bookings compared to all these other guys. I need to change up something. And all of a sudden, he kind of figured, well, why don't I just start being goofy and different? And maybe I'll do this face paint like this. And instead of being so dark and eerie and I'm a monster, why don't I be kind of like a comedy act? But yet I can still seriously wrestle.
Bro.
He
And
understood entertainment, and now look where he's at.
and
You know,
every promotion like has like a goofy guy a comedy guy that could wrestle. Like
yes,
ROH is like known for having one or two, like Delirious
Colt Cabana
and like
was a king
Colt
of it.
Cabana. Yeah, but it's like Danhausen is like he was one of the top. I think he became one of the top guys on ROH. But I heard he broke his leg
Yeah,
at
uh,
at an indie show. G, like I'm not breaking my leg at a fucking indie show. Like if I'm on my way up, I'm like I don't know. I feel like a lot of these dudes need to stop. I would say working for their friends, but they need to stop working for their goofy ass friends that want them to do fucking stupid ass spots to get on fucking wrestling with unicorns, man.
I
Like I
I
like
I haven't seen the spot that broke his leg. I don't know if it was something like a dive or what it was.
yeah, but
I
I
just
don't
hope he
know.
heals, man, because
I hope he heals too.
he's a genuine dude.
Because right now, like I love the dude from Wrestling with Unicorn, but right now we're coming into a problem and especially here and like locally is everybody trying to be on Wrestle with Unicorns. Let's have a good match.
Yeah,
Let's get that match over. If something cool happens in the match, that's dope. But if my match depends on Wrestling with Unicorns, fucking put me on. Like my match is not gonna have a story because I'm just doing move after move after move, and I might injure somebody. I might kill somebody. No, it's like you could get your highlight, but still tell a story in the match, man. Stop
yeah,
doing a billion moves because real shit. If you hurt me or almost hurt me, just because Russell with Unicorns is out there, I'm gonna whoop your ass. Like real shit. Like I'm a 33-year-old man. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I care about wrestling and wrestling matters to me. Like it's like my life. But at
yeah.
the same time, if you try to end my career, I'm gonna end your shit. Like for real.
And
And
I don't
it's like
blame you, dude. I don't blame you.
and I love that kid. That kid does a very
Martin's a great guy. For
like
what I've never met him personally, but the few times I've talked to him and
he
the
does.
people I know who knows him, he seems like a genuine nice guy.
When he started, nobody gave that kid a chance. Nobody gave that kid a chance at all. But like his Twitter shit started getting popular. His shit started getting popular. Now people are fucking with him. You know what I'm saying? And that's dope. That's dope as hell. But everything we do, both of us, is always a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like something could be so awesome and good for a brand or a scene. It could also be bad for a scene too, because you got all these kids that was like, oh dude, Wrestling Unicorns is here. Oh, we're gonna do this, and that. I was like, bro, we ain't doing that shit. Get the fuck out of here.
I hate to
Like,
say this, and there's a reason why I've never hit him up because how I like to book my shows, where if I have to have high flying in the show, I want it to be that one match where it's a spectacle when it happens. It's like, oh shit. Not,
yeah,
it's the old saying, if every single match opens with a suicide dive, by the by the fourth match, do you think the fans are going to ooh and all about that suicide dive?
not at all.
They've seen it so much. Oh, okay, big deal. I seen this last match.
Because
You know,
that's just dumb, bro. Like I do want to see the spot that he broke his leg, and I feel like that might be an issue with AEW, because if my top dude's doing a fucking death match,
I'd be pissed.
I'll be mad as fuck. If six of my top guys and girls are in Bumblefuck, Indiana, doing stupid shit, and my little brother catch an allegation, like like dog, what the fuck are y'all doing?
I
And
think
like
about
I
this. Do you think about this, man? Like John Moxley did a match recently with light tubes, and big shout out to John for going to rehab, getting his life together. Good for him, man.
man,
Straight up, you know. But I think as a businessman, you're my heavyweight champion. Let's just use that for example. You're my heavyweight champion. You're about to do this show to do a death match. All it takes is that light tube. And light tubes are so unpredictable. Yeah, they could break and you have a little cut. Okay, cool. I've also seen light tubes shatter in the worst way. That's like those little like smaller light bulbs.
yeah,
Those are ones that cut you up like a razor blade. They're the worst. So let's say he gets hit by one of those and it cuts his artery, or he's bleeding out, and now he's supposed to be on your show 2 days from now. Now he can't wrestle for you because he went to an indie show and got carved to pieces, and now he's in the ER.
yeah. Like prime example,
They got to
they
protect
fuck
their shit. They got to protect
so
their stuff better,
shit.
man.
I almost killed David Arquette, man. I like David Arquette.
I did
Like I,
too, actually.
I want to wrestle that motherfucker, but I don't think he wrestle no more.
I think he's finally done with wrestling. I think
I would be
I might be
too.
wrong. I think but
He still hangs out with wrestlers though. I'll be seeing the I forgot his name. He's like friends with like a couple of wrestlers. He be hanging with wrestlers, so he probably trains, rolls around, but I don't think he don't really care too much about it no more. Which
I
is
think I just think with a lot of these companies, man, they got to be careful. I hope Danhausen heals up
yeah, I hope so too.
because the thing about him, we'll be okay with Danhausen being injured compared to, let's say, a Mance Warner who also had an injury too. I like Mance, but Mance doesn't have his own shows on YouTube. He doesn't have his own stuff. Where Danhausen will be okay. Danhausen's a content creator. He's like you. He's constantly creating stuff. He's constantly doing something new. Always has brand new merchandise. He has all these companies, I believe, are paying him for like endorsements, or like he'll plug their stuff on his YouTube show. Uh, he'll end up getting him on a podcast. Oh, I like to get him on a podcast. Anybody knows how to get up with Dan Howells, which I probably just hit him up on Twitter. You
Oh,
know, dude, I love having him on the podcast here.
bro,
You know,
that'd be some funny ass shit. I ain't gonna lie, that'd be straight up comedy.
oh yeah, without a doubt. This is rocket ship car. I love that shit.
Man.
Um, but like he'll be okay because he's constantly finding ways to keep himself busy. He'll find the cameos will come in because people love them. And that's the thing. When you sometimes you meet these guys outside the gimmick, and you go, okay, you're a funny guy in ring, but in real life, you're a jerk. Him, he's the sweetest guy anyone will ever meet. Like he's a genuine nice dude.
Yeah.
Greg, our ring announcer, Hanson, he met him at the last show he was at in South Bend. And I asked Greg, so what was he like? And he was like, dude, most humble dude you'll ever meet. Didn't let his fame go to his head. Didn't think he was better than any of the boys.
Because
You
he
know,
loves it. He loves his shit.
he's a nerd. He's like us. He's a nerd.
Yeah.
Wrestling, comic books, video games, old school 1980s, 90s,
I
pops,
got
culture
I
stuff.
got some shit up in here. I don't know if you can see it, but I got Turbo Man up in this motherfucker. He can't even see it.
No, I have seen that toy. There we go, dude. Nice. Jingle all the way.
So basically, what I'm about to do with this, I'm gonna I'm gonna cut a skit, right? Like my son, like my son is looking for the Turbo Man doll. And so I'm gonna try to get the jacket, like the Arnold Schwarzenegger jacket with the scarf. And so I'm gonna run around the city fighting like mailman and shit. Like it's gonna be stupid. Like it's gonna be like uh like the old like Tom Green skits
You're gonna have
meets.
Russell. You're gonna have Russell as a mailman.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm like, because like I need to find out the rules of having somebody dressed up like a male person, because it's like that's like federal shit.
Yeah, that's why I'm laughing. I'm like, you may want to kind of like think about this just a little bit more before you go do it, because like I can see it now. Like, hey man, great video. By the way, who was the mailman you fought? Oh, that was some kind of costume. Russell. Yeah,
Yeah,
give me his address. I'm looking for that guy. Like,
yeah,
hey Russell, FBI is looking for you. I'm
yeah. Fuck
sorry.
shit. Better him than me. Shit. Okay. Just gotta learn somehow, you know.
Shout out to Russell.
Yeah. But nah, it's just like that's the content that I'm making. Like right now, I'm just busy. I'm just busy with work and busy trying to stay healthy, lose weight because I'm about to one of these Wrestle League shows is gonna be my singlet retirement party.
Oh yeah, you're finally going to the trunks.
I'm going to the trunks, but on occasions I might bring the butchers back because right now I think I might have spent like over $1,000 on wrestling gear. I think I'm at that mark, maybe well over 2,000.
Damn.
So I still got a couple singles I ain't even wore yet. So I think I got like 5 or 6 singles I ain't never even wore. So like I gotta wear those out, and then I'm gonna get trunks with the new logo. I'm gonna get like trunks with the Blackhawks logo, but like right now I can't do the Blackhawks shit because, dude, like everything that was gonna get released, like I was gonna release my winter lineup, and so like I had to do something that's supposed to be my spring lineup for the winter. Now I had to move because I think 2 logos ahead of myself.
Yeah.
So the Blackhawks one was supposed to be now, and then the one that I currently dropped with all the merch is supposed to be spring. That's why like I have like the hoodie and I got the fucking little hat because it's still kind of cold. You know, people could wear hoodies and hats and shit, but it is what it is.
I still
But
think, dude, you should do the Ewok bear with hockey sticks, or have like the Ewok like face, the little glasses and little hat, but
yeah,
have like 2 hockey sticks like crossed together like fists.
yeah,
Like old school like skulls and crossbones. Dude, that would look cool. I'd buy it. You
yeah.
know,
But I just want shit to die down a little bit. You know what I mean? Because
I don't blame you. People who haven't paid attention to what we're talking about. Um, there was the sexual assault. The video coach, was it for the Blackhawks, I believe?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Sexually assaulted a player, uh,
Yeah, he was.
probably multiple.
No, he
If I'm
did. He got convicted of one.
I mean, that is tarnished. And the thing is, scumbags like that, man, have no business being in this world. I hate pedophiles and
Um,
creepers and sexual
yeah,
predators. But
yeah, we do.
what makes them even worse though is that when other people knew about it and they did
Yeah.
nothing to stop it.
Here's the thing. So when like I was at the game where like they was like, hey, it was Kyle Beach Here's more allegations. Like I'm actually like I was actually on the news. I was actually in the newspaper. Because the dude from the Tribune or Sun Times, one of the fucking two, interviewed me. Yeah, like my statement is actually on Twitter. Yeah, but like I didn't get canceled, so I guess I said the right thing. Um, no, and the first thing dude told me, he was like, "Hey, do you think this tarnishes the Blackhawks legacy?" It doesn't, because
Okay.
here's why. Listen, these are a bunch of young men. A lot of young men didn't know. Uh, there's probably one or two young men, maybe the captain, maybe Kane knew, but I'm a 20, I'm a 22-year-old boy. I'm about to win a Stanley Cup in 3 weeks. Uh, shit happened, but I'm trying to win my lifelong goal, and I feel like coaches and owners, they're on the same page. It's like we'll handle it after we win the cup, and I think that's what they did because dude got fired after they won the cup. Like that summer, that dude got fired, and also it's 2012. We were in a totally different climate of society in 2012.
Oh yeah, man. The whole calling out people Me Too movement wasn't
And and
thought
another
of.
thing, and another thing, when the allegations first came out, right? When it was like, oh yeah, there's a sexual allegation with the Blackhawks. Okay, you automatically assume sexual allegation, hockey team, all right, it's a chick, it's a girl, and so everybody was already canceling the Blackhawks because everybody thought it was a woman,
You thought it was a guy.
and then and it was a guy. A lot of people stopped caring. To be honest with you, a lot of people didn't give a fuck anymore. Like real shit. I hold on. I saw the guy interview the person, and the dude was like, "It was a player. It was a guy. Why do I care then?" It was like if I was a guy getting sexually molested, I would punch him in the stomach. But at the same time, I don't want to lose my career for punching a coach.
That's that's the thing that needs to be talked about more often. I think we should do an episode or two talk about mental health and the things that men encounter. And trust me, I'm staying strong with all the women who goes through this and needs people to support them. I'm always with them on this. But as a man, you know, when I was a kid, I was abused, and it was my neighbor.
Damn.
And it took me almost nearly 20 years to talk about it. And you probably remember when me and TJ still did the episode on Pro Wrestling Tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that took a lot out of me and took a lot out of him both to talk about
It's deep shit,
it.
man.
It is, man. Because so many people, when if they've never been abused, I hope there's days I want to meet people and I hear they've been sexually abused, or they've been physically or mentally abused by someone so bad. It hurts me, man, because as a man, yeah, you have that macho machismo. I want to stand up and punch this fucker's lights out for good.
Yeah.
But then you also put yourself in the mindset of a child, or you put yourself in the mindset of a young person who is afraid because the
Yo,
person has something
bro.
over on them. They have power over them,
Yeah. And plus
and you can't say no because you're afraid. Will this person destroy me? I mean,
yeah.
prime example, Theo Fleury, talking about great hockey players. Theo Fleury of the Calgary Flames. I'm a huge Flames fan. Theo was horribly sexually abused by Graham James. Graham James is one of the most respected junior hockey coaches of all time. Was, I should say. But when Theo and a lot of those boys are around Graham, Graham took advantage of those kids. And Theo, his whole life story is heartbreaking because it's like, my dad's an alcoholic, my mom did drugs. I came from a broken home. Hockey was my only escape away from all that bad situation. This was a man who then opened his doors to me and told me, "Hey, you're most welcome to come in. I'll be your mentor, your teacher. I'll actually even help you in your school projects to make sure you're passing school. And at first everything looked great, and then one day the lights get turned off at the house, and all of a sudden Graham's like, "Hey, how about you come in my bedroom and give me a massage and all this stuff?" And
Ew.
then he does that to him. I mean, it is fucked up. Because Theo, it took Theo years to actually even muster up the courage to say,
Like,
"I had this happen to me, man." And other players were, they started coming out and said, "Yeah, man, I'm glad we're not the only, but you're the only one because he did the same thing to me and everybody else.
and and
It's
I
horrible."
like what I just said about like Kane, Taves, all those dudes just being young about to win a Stanley Cup. I feel like Kyle Beach probably felt the same way. He was like, you know what? Maybe
Yeah,
all this will go away. Just win this cup real quick. You know, and it's just like everybody's in a predicament. But do I think that it ruins the Blackhawks legacy? Fuck no. That whole team worked hard. Kyle Beach worked hard. He won that cup too. Um, it just sucks. It's a shitty situation, and like maybe they should have did what they had to do when it happened instead of worrying about the cup. That team still would have won the cup. Honestly, I feel like that team still would have won that cup.
the thing I look at it is, should it tarnish the legacy of the players who didn't know?
No,
No,
not at all.
no, it's unfair to them. How I think most of those guys would not have tolerated a predator being in their presence. I like to think they would turn around and one of their teammates, "Hey, man, this guy touched me. This guy did this and that to me. I need help." It's your teammate. Of course, anyone really in a team would be like, "No, fuck that guy."
Yeah,
We will walk out and not play. We will not go out at practice until Quinville, because Joel Quinville was the coach at the time.
yeah,
We'll tell the coach, "We're not playing until that guy's fired." And he asked why. Well, hey, let's open up and talk about why.
yeah.
You know, I think a team leader should have done that if they
Yeah,
knew.
but
He,
it's just like if Jonathan Taves did know, he's a
that's really
20.
fucked up. That's
He,
fucked up
he's
if he did.
he's a 20. Like me at 22, and I heard that shit about my teammate. I would have been like, I don't know what to say, dog. Like me at that point where I know where I was at 22, and I know I was about to win a Stanley Cup. I was like, I don't know what to tell you, dog. You better suit up, you know. And like I feel like if Jonathan Taves and Patrick Kane didn't know, I think they probably said the same exact fucking thing. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know what to tell you, dog. You need to suck that shit up.
What's really shitty for a lot of guys when they go through abuse, they uh they hear a lot from other people. When I first came out and talked about it, I had people make smart ass comments like, "Well, you're a guy, so I mean, it feels good that someone wanted to, be around you." And it's like, here's the thing: is does it feel great to be a guy and someone wants you? Yeah, that's a compliment. But when you're a young kid
Mm-hmm.
and there's a monster that preys on you, you didn't ask for that. You didn't want that, nor did
Yeah,
you ever want the attention of that.
yeah,
It was brought on that person's shoulders. The
yeah,
person who abused me, they're dead. They're long gone, and I never have to think of that person ever again. And so may they rot in hell. But
yeah. Fuck them.
my thing is, when I meet people today that go through this
Yeah,
and their abuser is still walking, and like I said, man, we do an entire episode talking about this.
bro. I
There's guys
post.
there's guys right now in wrestling that are still taking bookings that
Yeah,
are
and winning
fucking sexual
championships. And
sexual predators and still are not being called out. That Me Too
bro,
movement called out a lot of guys, and there was a lot of them got overlooked
yeah,
and are still taking bookings.
yeah. Some of them just a couple miles in Indiana somewhere, winning people's fucking light heavyweight titles. Like, they know who they are. Like that's kind of fucked up. That's real fucked up. That's why I don't wrestle for bullshit ass companies
Oh wait a minute.
because and it's like I don't know if you saw what I saw, but like I don't think you got do block, but we'll talk about it later. But like old boy won the title, and he like 12-year-old girls and shit. You know who I'm talking about.
No,
You
actually, I
know.
don't. That's the thing.
Oh, I don't know. Buddy like to paint his face and act like a ninja and shit.
We'll talk about this, and I have to call them out. I'll call them out
Man.
because that's the reason why we need gatekeepers still in wrestling.
Oh,
People think gatekeepers are bullies. No, a gatekeeper is your locker room
nah,
policeman. That when
nah.
someone does something wrong, they handle them.
Bro, I straight up posted a video status talk about. I was like, hey man, like the kids that are 3 years in, hey, we somewhat veteran status now, man. It's just like it's time for a new guard, bro. It's game
Yeah,
over, and I don't care. Like I don't care if it tarnishes my career. I'll bust somebody's head if I find out somebody's messing with one of the girls at a show. You know what I
just like
mean?
just like a hockey team. Every hockey team that ever was successful had one thing in common. They had an enforcer.
Shit,
The
I'll be there
enforcer
for
was the
it.
policeman. The enforcer was the policeman. Was his job to go around and beat up people? No. People think that's what enforcers did. Nope. The enforcer's job was if you blindside one of my people, you attack one of the good kids that can't defend themselves, now you're going to have a problem with me. Now I will wait for you outside the penalty box and beat your ass.
Yeah, shit,
And,
I got.
and wrestling needs the same thing. Wrestling needs that gatekeeper. I'm here to watch over the youngins and make sure they're safe. But if there's that
It,
one predator that comes in, and we know when we see them, they come out sooner or later. That's when you go, okay, that's the guy or that's the girl or whoever it is that's causing this problem. Kick them the fuck out and call them out for
you
it.
know
It
what I'm
needs to
saying?
be done. Needs to be done.
Yeah, I already got the Arn Anderson ball spot, spine buster, the Glock.
Oh shit, I've seen that gun before.
You know what I'm saying? So it does, man. Like, and I feel like there's a lot of people like the Kyle Beats thing. A lot of people are afraid to take action. There's been a lot of crimes happening in America, around the world, where people just watch people do shit.
And don't do nothing.
I understand people don't want to get involved, but things that you can control, like wrestling, there's so many shitheads right now in wrestling that are like horrible people that are still in wrestling. There's a few horrible people from a year ago. Like honestly, I feel like there's been a few people that has listened to this podcast and they knew who we were like they knew we were talking about them, and they
Yeah,
changed their shit.
good for
And
them.
they tried to change their shit, but it's like sometimes it's too late. Sometimes it's too late. Like you know what I mean? And like I feel like I'm willing to get a group of people just go to shows. It's like yo, at Ewokk, somebody mess with one of the girls up here, man.
Yeah,
Pull up, pull up with everything you got, all the infantry.
definitely, especially when they have concrete evidence. That way it prevents the witch hunt. He said this, she said that, all that. No, like real concrete evidence, like this person has been doing things to minors, or this person's been harassing this girl, and she told him, "Hey, leave me alone." He won't. Then yeah, then I have no problem. All right, let's take him out, beat
Uh,
his ass, call it a day, and walk on. I look at some of the people who's listened to our show, and they changed their attitudes around. Not because
yeah,
they're afraid of not getting booked, but they I think
you get
sometimes
exposed,
people
like
sometimes people
you
do stupid stuff and don't know they're doing stupid stuff until people actually tell them, "Hey, you're doing stupid stuff. Like, knock it off."
it's like the situation I talked about with like it's probably like one of the first couple episodes about like somebody hitting me up for booking and then hit my friend up for the booking and my friend didn't even know him.
Yeah, or people being
And
wannabe bullies.
want to be bullies, and the kid on that first episode that I went on my rant about, he changed his whole fucking steez except
And
for his gear.
the thing is though,
Except
I have to say this though. The thing is, I'm actually proud of him
I'm proud of him
because
too.
I've noticed that he's going out of his way to help out the younger guys now. He's going out of his way to be the big brother, watching out for the little brothers out there. That's
Yeah,
good, man. That's all.
good.
And the thing is, that's all we ask of them. Just be a good dude. We know you're a good dude. Stop being a dickhead. Just be
Good
a good
wrestler
dude.
too. He's a good
Yeah,
wrestler too.
phenomenal talent.
And it was the
He knows
only
who he
thing.
is.
The only thing that was holding him back was his fucking attitude.
Yeah, and now he's
His
got that. Now he's becoming a better person.
Yeah, he's got to get better gear though.
That's all it has to be. Now outside that, man, I'll book him.
Once he get good gear, he in my good graces. You know what I'm saying? he's already in my good graces because he tried to change himself. He knew the error of his ways because I believe that one, listening to the show, two, probably like everybody is like, you think the Ewoks talk about me? Yeah, but he was right.
Yeah.
But he was right.
That one honest friend to look at him and go, dude, you've been kind of shitty towards people for the last couple of years. You know.
Yeah. So it's just like you gotta. I try to check my ego at least twice a week, man. It's like everybody gets kind of,
oh
yeah, look at me doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? I got like 5 single moms on the roster. Like, you know what I mean? So sometimes you gotta, hey, calm it down just a little bit. You know what I mean? And like once you check your ego, humble yourself, like you'll be just fine. Like we're in pro wrestling. We're in the world of egos.
Oh man. Yeah. There's some guys that I'm shocked that don't have egos, and they've been places and they've done things. Was, for example,
Hey,
Vic Capri. Vic Capri, prime example. Most humble dude anyone would ever meet. Like, has no ego. Is willing to help out kids.
I think
Willing to
he
do all the right
following me.
things.
I think he either I'm following him or he following me because like for the last couple months, like every locker room I've been in, he in.
Yeah.
That dude's funny as fuck. To be
Yeah.
honest with you,
He's great, man.
I'll be hearing him across. Like I don't know, I'll be like in locker rooms, like some people they joke around, they talk to each other just to ease their nerves. Me, I'm 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 a hockey goalie. I'm a lacrosse goalie. I I just sit down, shut the fuck up, whatever. I'm getting in the zone. It's like it's just weird, but like just hearing Vic say certain things, I was like, holy shit, this dude is funny. He like how can you be funny and jacked at the same time?
Yeah.
Like like you got to pick a team, bro. You want to be a
like
comedian?
like how can you be like Chicago's Chris Benoit meets Dean Malenko and have
Oh,
the best sense of humor and the best personality? Like,
oh
just
man,
such a humble dude, man. You
yeah.
know, and
He
what impresses me about him, outside of all the talent he has, he stands up for what's right.
yes he does.
He'll stand up for black folks. He'll stand up for gay folks. He'll stand up
I,
for people who don't who may not have an ally, and he becomes that ally for them and helps
yeah,
them out. Where a lot of Chicago guys are so like
bro.
ultra right wing racist fucking people, man.
No,
He's the exact opposite. Vix is one of the nicest guys, man, and you know he's a prime example. No ego. He could.
yeah,
That guy could. That guy has a right to actually have an ego if he wants one,
yeah.
but he doesn't. He doesn't want it, nor does he
I'm
want to show it. He's like, no, man, I'm just a nice guy who had a lucky break in wrestling to do cool stuff. And
yeah,
what a redemption story too. You think about it, man. He broke his neck. All that stuff happened. He left wrestling for a long time. Then he didn't even show up to shows and then hang out with the boys. He was a ghost. Like, he was gone
yeah.
for a while. Then he shows up and he gets in the greatest shape of his life, which he's always in great shape no matter what. And puts on killer match after killer match after killer match with like all these young dudes.
He has fun. He has
Yes,
so much fun,
yes, he
and
enjoys
like
what he does. He enjoys it.
it's
He loves it.
funny. It's funny, and like I'm already like nothing's been announced, but it's just like eventually I'm like I already know like I'm in a lot of promotions where I see Vic Capri. Eventually, I'm gonna end up wrestling him, and I'm gonna be nervous. I'm nervous for it because it's like, damn, this is the universe giving me a test.
That might actually happen in
Oh, come on, dog.
Chicagoland.
I still gotta wrestle certain people
Yeah, but
before I wrestle.
to me, he should be on everyone's list though. Like, every wrestler in Chicago who wants to be like, all right, I want to test myself, see where I've been here, and now I'm over here. And he's that guy where it's like, if you think you're good, wrestle him and see where you're at.
He's a
And if he turns
gatekeeper,
around and
man.
say, hey kid, you do good, good job, good job.
Yeah,
Oh, hey, okay, that's a blessing. I got his approval. Or he turn around and say, hey man, you need to go back to training and get your shit in order. That could
and
also happen.
and
There's some guys
train
and guys need to hear that.
and training is a big thing. Is just like even though like I'm always gonna have in that mind, like that mind frame where I should have did something better, should have done this better, but I train. You know what I mean? Like everybody's very like everybody's critical on themselves. Like especially me with music. Like
Yeah.
even though like my last EP was fire to people, like I feel like I could have done better. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that don't sound right, but that's just me like nitpicking myself. But there's a couple matches. I was like, bro, that's like one of the best matches I've seen from you. I could have did this. I could have added more. I could have done more. But it's just like that just comes from me training. It looks a certain way, and I feel like more people need to fucking start training, bro. Like real shit. More people need to start training. More people need to start going to the gym. More people need to start eating right. You could be a fat fuck and drink beer, but if you go to the gym all the time and you drink beer, you'll still have that shape. You know, like don't look like a sloppy. Don't look like a sloppy backyarder.
No,
You could still be a beer drinking wrestler, but try to
you
hit
could
the gym. Try to
you
get
could
some
look
cardio,
you could look like the Crusher and Dick the Bruiser, man. I mean, those guys would drink a freaking keg of beer,
bro,
had
bro,
big barrel chest, big shoulders, big arms.
bro.
You know,
So like, have you seen my like post before I started getting skinny?
yeah. No, dude, I
Like
remember. I remember when he was when he was chunky. I mean,
no, but what my goal was, it was a picture of Dick the Bruiser
yeah,
with a beer in his hand.
yeah. But the dude, you ever seen the young like the early day photos of him?
Nah,
Dude,
was
he
he jacked? Was he jacked?
this is way before steroids was even around. Like he was a epitome of I drink a keg of beer, eat browts, and lift like freaking like crazy weight. Like he was. Let me. I'll send you a photo. Check up Dick the Bruiser early wrestling photos. You will be completely like mind boggled. Though this guy was wrestling back in the 1950s, 60s, back in the days when a lot of folks, you had some strong guys, but dude, he was a monster in his prime.
Hold on, I'm looking it up right now. Hell yeah, that's how I'm trying to look, dog. You know what I'm saying? Give me a beer, man. Give me a beer, some vegetables, and some weights.
But like you look at him, you look at the Crusher from back in the days, Milwaukee's finest talent, and they were believable because they were who they were. What
You know,
do? Drink beer, eat some sausage, pick up a barmaid, hit some T-bone steaks, some barbell plates, and kick ass. You
that's how
know,
I've been. That's how I've
epit-
been rolling, bro.
epitome of a
Could,
bar brawler, man.
but
Like a
like I
believable guy.
like people's like, yo, Des, you still losing weight and you eat like that? I was like, bro, I only eat like that on occasions. Like I don't eat like that every. I used to eat like that every day. Go to fucking Jewish delis, eat
Oh man,
full like
yeah.
fat ass sandwiches. Next day, eat a whole pizza. You know what I mean? Like I don't eat like that no more. It's just
Oh,
like, especially on like with my new diet, because Shogun Chris Logan, obviously he's our coach. Like he gave like us a diet, like a nice little diet plan. He was like, all you gotta do is do it for a month, and you'll see all your fucking like gains and shit. So I'm gonna do it for 2 months, but I'm gonna have one cheat meal. Ain't gonna have a cheat day. I'm gonna have one cheat meal a week, and it's gonna be like when I date these girls. You know what I mean?
hey, but that's a smart way. Like, hey, we had this little nice dinner. Now we're gonna have a little dessert.
Yeah.
The easy way to win them over, man. Yeah, no, some of the Jewish delis. Oh my God, man, you make me hungry thinking about that.
Let's go.
My wife's family, they're from Germany, but they're German Jews,
Okay.
and so
You ever
My
had kreplach?
brother, you were talking to a man who eats that a lot. That's some good stuff, you
That's some
know.
good shit, right?
Oh, oh. And her mom is like baker extraordinaire. So her mom is like killing it with bakery stuff.
Okay.
Back when I was like lifting the heavy weights, doing all the iron sheet workouts and stuff, every time I would work out, she's like, "Hey, I just made this triple German chocolate cake with all this on it." I'm like, "How you can expect me ever to like maintain size when you're like making all this good bakery stuff in front of me?" You know, I
Hmm.
love it, man. No, all that old neighborhood foods. I feel bad for people who don't grow up around a lot of culture because they're missing out on cool people, but they're also missing out on good food. On top of that,
Yeah. It's like
every
you're like,
culture has something that is fire, man. When you eat it, it's like, oh my god, you know.
yeah, bro. Like the suburban people is like, I ain't like I'm only in the city once a year. I was like, damn, you fucked up. We got so much good shit here. And it's like I went to see one of my friends in the suburbs. We went to a tavern. Like, how you gonna call yourself a tavern? You sell sushi.
Yeah, there's not tavern food unless you're owning like a Japanese,
Like, was
wrestling
it
bar or something like that. That'd be kind of cool. But
what do they call it in Japan? It's like sit, drink, eat.
yeah, yeah, I know what you're
Man,
talking about. Yeah,
yeah, it's like a name for it's like a name that like translates to that.
it only has like maybe 4 or 5 seats in the entire
Yeah,
thing too. It's like not meant to be like a full blown family establishment. It's like this is for late night. You get off work, you want to kill some time before you go home. You eat some ramen, eat some sushi, drink a couple of sake bombs, and you head home. You know, I I actually thought about opening up a ramen shop here in town. Actually,
shit. Hey, open up a fucking Japanese barbecue.
oh dude, oh definitely Korean barbecue. Remember? Oh man, dude, we
Japan.
need to get together soon, like in person
uh,
again, and go
I'm
to
taking you
that
to
Korean.
I'm taking you to a Japanese barbecue. Fuck a Korean barbecue. I'm taking you to a Japanese barbecue.
Okay, because
So
last time
so
we
I
went to Korean barbecue, I thought that was pretty good, man.
oh,
So, all right, I want to check out the chat. What is your Japanese restaurant? Let's give them a plug. You're a big foodie like I am. What is the Ewoks Japanese restaurant you need if you're in Chicago? Where would someone like me need to go to have that
so
luxury of good food?
Chicago raised this is actually a Chicago built restaurant. It's called Gaijin. It's on Lake Street. They specialize in the okiyami, which is the Japanese pancake. I might have pronounced it wrong, but I pronounce things wrong because this is me. But they specialize in Japanese pancake. They got all different sorts of Japanese cuisine, and they get it popping with it. And then there's a chain. It's a Korean barbecue. Not It's like Korean barbecue, but it's Japanese barbecue. Two different styles of grills. But hold on, I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm gonna look it up. Hold on. It is called Gaikaku. They got them all over the world.
Okay,
The first time I went to Gaikaku, it was in Toronto. That was the first time I ever went there. Amazing. They was like, yo, Des, you like Korean barbecue? I was like, hell yeah, Korean barbecue is like my thing.
same here.
They was like, yo, have you ever tried Japanese barbecue? I was like, no. But they was like, yo, it's the same thing, but the grill is different. Like some use charcoal, some use like different, like whatever. And like they got like all these like dope ass Japanese dishes, like the cheese butter rice and all this other stuff. I was like, dog, I love the cheese butter rice. And it was like, yo, they got the Japanese pancakes too. I was like, oh shit. So I like so we go to the Japanese barbecue, get all the good fixings, have them make us a highball. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. I've been training for Japan, dog. I've been training.
No,
you
yeah,
know,
man. We'll definitely have to check out Gaiji.
no, Gaijin, like you'll smack somebody at Gaijin because the food's so good. Like you'll probably choke the bartender. because because my thing is this is like legit my menu. So I start off with a Mescal old fashioned just to open it up a little bit, just to open it up. And then I'm like, all right, cool. Fuck the hard liquor. I'm done with it. Actually, no, whatever. My next one is a Jack Daniels highball. Boom, boom, boom. Chug down the highball real quick. And the rest, they have this thing called the Gaijing Lager. That's their house shit. Like they brew it at a brewery down the street.
Oh,
Boom, boom,
nice.
boom. But you could only get the growler there. Like if you go to the brewery, they're not gonna have it for you. The kegs are only in the restaurant. And then I go with some baby bok choy, and I get some beef ribs. Boom. And this is just the appetizer, son. This is just the appetizer. And then I do the okiyami, but I do it Hiroshima style. And it's like cabbage and all this shit. I put all the meats in it with some bacon, a little fried egg, man. Like it's nuts, bro. Like I might have a name. My name might be on the menu soon because I go there so much.
You know what we need to do the day that we kind of slow down with wrestling? We just need to like do a whole like film channel on you going to restaurants. That to me would be entertainment alone. Like you walking up, talking to the owner, have them explain like the history of their restaurant or their backstory and all that. You try out like their best meals that the owner was like, okay, if I had to put you in front of a table of what I would consider our best food, this
Mhm.
is it. This is see you eat the food, you give your review on it, what you think, or do a food challenge, shit like that.
Like I have so much clout in some of these restaurants, especially the ones around my job, that I'll make my own shit. Like I'm gonna say I'm like cooking it, but like I make my own menu.
Yeah, like you know what you want to order, they know who you are, so it's like okay,
It's like I'm
special.
I'm 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 in, I'm in there all the time. It's just like, yo, hey, put some cheese sticks in the middle of that. You know what I'm saying? It's my cheat day. I'm trying to show out in front of my friend. Like when I went to Montreal, I knew where to go.
Oh yeah.
Like it's just like I like Montreal is still untapped. I've only go to 5 places. Like the girl that I went with, she was like, "Hey, like I was talking about delis, and she was like, "Is that deli better than Lester's?" I was like, "Think about it like this. Like I will only go to Lester's probably a couple times in my life, but this Jewish deli I go to twice a month." You know what I mean? So like
Oh yeah.
like things that you go, especially out of the country, that you want to make your out of the country regulars, like though that's at like a different category on its own. But we could talk about food, wrestling all day. But we got any more topics before we end it off? We would like
Brother,
to
I
keep
think we
these.
think we had a hell of a show, man. We talked about a lot of stuff, some deep stuff, things that I wasn't expecting us to talk about, but I'm glad we touched bases with it, and I'm thinking we're gonna do some future episodes about some of the stuff that needs to be talked about. I think mental health and a few other things need to be talked about amongst men in the business that a lot of guys think they're afraid to come out and talk about it, but I think when they see a lot more of their fellow brothers say, "Hey, um, I go through this," and all the
uh,
other
and
guys go,
and
"You go through
and
this?
and
I didn't know
it's
this."
and
No,
it's weird because like think about like probably like 15 maybe 20 years ago, there was like a
nobody
lot
talked
of
about it.
what's up.
I said back then nobody talked about that stuff.
Yeah, but think about think about like the climate of like what we are now.
Oh
Like
yeah,
we have a lot of like gay, lesbian, like wrestlers.
yeah.
But a lot of these like predators were already closeted from the get. And like now there's still maybe some closeted promoters, some closeted refs. Their praise right there for the taking. You know what I mean? And like I'm very sure that there's a few like openly like gay and lesbian wrestlers that have probably been through some trauma with that shit.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
but they don't want to talk about it because it's like it's that shit. It's like, yo, I don't want to fuck up my career. I don't want my career stigma because I said, hey, this top name promoter in New York or Japan, whatever, like try to do some shit. And like, to be honest with you, it's like it's just me coming from like a 33-year-old man that has really nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying? Like fuck that shit. Let your voice be heard.
Come on to our show and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, this show, hey, we growing an identity. Like we are growing a few more fans than what we normally are growing, and that's the whole point. This podcast ain't meant to be like, oh damn, this shit, like the first couple episodes, these boys about to be popping like 1,000, 1,000,000. Nah, man, like this podcast, like we still got to grow our identity, man. Like like wait till all this COVID shit over, man. We gonna be in the studio and all that shit.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm
Studio,
saying?
live events, bunch of other things.
Yeah, it's gonna be stupid as fuck. We might have a comedy show that we might pull up to. You might not know.
Yeah, speaking of which, yeah, we're gonna probably have Big Josh back on. Me and you have been asked about before we go off air. We've been asked to be celebrity judges for a comedy showcase in December. So yeah, we'll drop the details on that coming up, and yeah, that's gonna be this fun. I'm looking forward to that, man.
Hell
You
yeah.
know, but brother, I am good. Always great to talk to you, like we always do on a daily basis. But definitely when we get on this show together and talk, it's
Hell yeah.
always a privilege.
Hell yeah, my dude. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do it. Wait to to the next episode. Some good music just came out just now. I think some movies just came out right now. So I'm about to pop those on before I go to sleep. But you know how we do it. I see y'all when I see y'all. Hopefully the internet don't go out. Peace.